just about given up hope of any help from anybody.
Good morning, man.
Morning.
Hey.
Come in.
How's it going?
All right.
Good. Good.
This water is fresh from the well.
Thank you. Oh, do you have to go? I mean, well, I'm not having too much luck with the others, and I thought someone younger might be able to help. Someone like you.
More help.
With my thesis. I'm doing research for a thesis.
They want to help you. If they could be sure it was the German immigration you were writing about.
But, okay, so it's not just about the immigration story. So it's also about customs and legends and strange oddities that we're here about.
And witchcraft?
Listen, I didn't say anything
You
about
can be honest with me.
All right, so I'm interested in witchcraft and sorcery in the old colony. What's the harm in that?
The old folks do not take these things lightly.
I didn't mean to upset your folks the way I did. But what can be the harm in a guy researching something that happened over 100 years ago?
You would have to live here to know us, to understand these things. You're what we call a friender. You're on the outside. They don't trust you.
Are they trying to hide something?
Don't you? Why are you so interested?
It's just an academic hobby with me. I know there's a lot of talk about witches and warlocks and stuff like that. A lot of people actually believe it. But I've done a lot of research on witchcraft, and I actually believe it can be boiled down to a simple mathematical and economic formula.
What do you mean?
Look, in any history book, in any age where there was widespread famine, sickness, want, you find an outbreak of women being denounced as witches. In the late Middle Ages, thousands of people were executed in Europe and England. In Massachusetts, 20 witches were put to death. All of these were times of widespread disease and hunger. But when your people first settled in this country, they had not only disease and hunger to contend with, they had the Comanche Indian raids as well. Little wonder then that the ugly word witchcraft was heard in the new colony.
But what pleasure can you get from studying about all this?
To better understand the witch hunts we have today.
Witch hunts?
You would think that after the delusions of New England and early Texas, the urge to hunt witches would have disappeared from the Western world, but nothing of the kind. The medieval idea of witchcraft was replaced with things like race and nationality.
What can I do to help?
Your grandfather mentioned
The
the Lukenbach witch,
NW.
but
The what?
caught himself when I
NW.
tried to find out more about it.
NW?
Yeah.
Now, I've heard of this case before. Can you tell me something about it?
There was a woman called the Lukenbach witch. My grandfather and granduncle will not talk of it because it was their grandfather Shernick who denounced her.
The settler that built this inn?
Yes. In its very room. In that very bed.
Don't leave now.
I have an old book, very old, which will tell you all about it. But you must not tell the others about the book.
You have my word.
Just be a minute.
Here, Scott. You have the sweetest smile.
Is that what the college boys are telling all the country girls this year?
No, I really mean it.
I believe you.
It's just that I don't ever really notice anyone until they get a little bothered and light up like a candle. You know, with your German good looks set off with something simple and black, you'd look like a little cameo.
I better hurry.
As I finished my packing, I actually felt that my luck was changing for the better. Just how much better, I couldn't describe. You'd have to see her.
You said something simple and black.
I did? Oh, yeah, I did. Shouldn't
you close the door?
Yes. Yes, of course.
Because I asked you to close the door?
Well, yeah, that and
And you wouldn't want Grandfather to know we were alone?
no, I wouldn't.
You didn't think I wanted to be alone with you?
No. Well, to tell the truth, I'm not sure what I thought at the moment.
I'll tell you. You didn't think little country girls ever thought of being alone and things and life.
But,
Who knows more about life and things and being alone than farm people?
well,
Just that farm people don't talk about it too much. Too much talk. No. I'd better give you your book now and go. Because after giving you your book, I have no reason to stay. Except on one condition. That wouldn't be fair to you. Do not friend her.
well, I'll be there.
The early Germans in Texas. To understand and properly know how witchcraft and suspicion raised its ugly head in the early colony, remember that in the first year of the settlement, typhoid, sleeping sickness, and other bitter hardships were climaxed by an epidemic that took the lives of 200 of the 600 settlers. The villagers looked for someone on whom to blame the troubles. What better subject than the widow who walked by moonlight? The widow who was too aloof to speak to the women of the village. The widow who caused the whispers about a clandestine affair with the innkeeper Joining. The widow witch, they called her. Witch? It must be remembered that this was a time when a man of power could conveniently denounce as a witch any woman discovered with him in his bed. Such a man was Otto Joining.
Yeah.
Well, Otto?
Well, widow?
What excuse is it this time, Otto? What excuse?
I have asked you to give me more time, woman.
I have given you time enough. You must decide between.
I cannot place Kennedy with my woman while she is infirm.
I hear their knock when I pass their door.
What are they saying?
They're saying that I have taken the bed of an invalid woman. There's any need for their business. Hurting herself, spoiling her brother. They say it is because of the widow witch. Now, Washington tells me that I studied that, the preacher read from the Old Testament. I shall not suffer until she lives. You must take me with you.
I cannot burn charity with my woman while she is infirm.
You have broken charity with me. Why, come on. Shackle to be used for his kingdom. To function where your wife cannot. To lie with, but not to marry.
Quiet, woman. Keep your tongue.
I'll not be silent. I feel the stock of witches was born with you. Is it you who has woven this web of spectral evidence about me? Is it you who have called me a witch?
Amen. I think it's flat.
Oh, your place be lied enough.
Sorry.
You have me burned.
Sure.
before burning.
No! No!
Stop your shouting, woman.
Let her in! Let all in! You belong to me!
The elders of Earth learn how you cast your demoniac spell over this house.
No! No, you lie!
I told them how you cast your spell over my wife to make her infinite. She is in league with the devil. The widow is a witch.
That same night, under